Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to cover all of the Phase 4 fishing locations and just sort of give you guys all the info, as well as during this week I'm going to go to each of these places and give you a more detailed test sample so you guys can do the assessment. But since the insane fishing yields video popped off, tells me a lot of interest is in fishing again, and it can be very, very rewarding here in SOD, and a great way to honestly fund your rating regardless of the professions you have. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the best place, as you guys saw in the video, is definitely Stranglethorn Vale. The only problem with that is as competition grows and that place gets contested, it doesn't become as good, and a lot of people know that it is the best place and go there. Layering definitely helps, especially if you have a server that you can layer on, but ultimately layering, it can only go so far if it becomes a very popular location. So as you can see, this is all of my fishing data, and as you can see, you're really going for that floating wreckage, mithril-bound trunks. You can go for oily blackmouth, fireman snappers, and stone scale eels. Those are the core fish that you use. Firefin snappers you turn into elixirs of firepower. Stone scale eels can be greater stone shield protection or greater defense potions, as you can see right here and right here. Definitely consumes that are used every day. Oily blackmouths become free action potions, which are huge in molten core as well. So those are the big ones that you do. And then depending on the chest, you get a lot of tailoring and leather masks that you can make a bunch of stuff with too, and it's all just really, really beneficial. But Stranglethorn Vale is not the only place where you can fish up these awesome materials. So the next place to sort of look at and that you can go to is going to be Tailoring, and you go down the southern coast. Now my data is not as conclusive here because I only did this in Phase 1, but you can go way further down the coast now that you have a lot more level. You're now level 60. You can water walk, you can go way further. I believe there are no fishing pools all the way down south here at Land's End Beach. There were not in Phase 1. I will go down there and take a look for you guys just to give you data now that we have the boots, and Epic Mountain is nowhere near as long. But I will definitely go the whole coast and give you that when we cover that video. Probably tomorrow is when we're going to fish in Tailoring. Then the next place that you can go to do the same level of fishing is Feralis. So right here you have firefin snappers, floating wreckage, oily blackmouth, stone scale eels, and they're pretty much all the way up here to all the way down here at this river inlet right there. It does not go any further down here, and I do not believe there's some out here by Feather Moon Stronghold or Isle of Dread. However, I will further investigate those. SOD, they changed a lot of stuff that you can do, and where things were spawning, so the data is a little inconclusive. That's why there's these question marks. Obviously, if we were talking a pure classic, we would know the answer to those. However, here in Season of Discovery, they changed a lot with fishing. So those are the best two over here, Tailoring and Feralis. Next, I want to take the time to talk about time-based fishing. Now, we are out of season to get the winter squid, so you can no longer get winter squid. However, there are some awesome fish such as nightfins that have the ability to be turned into nightfin soup. However, the problem with them is to fish them, you have to fish at a very late hour that most people do not do, but that makes it very exclusive. So you can fish raw nightfin snappers, and I would highly recommend you have a druid for this because druids can teleport to Moonglade, and Moonglade is the best place to do it. So I will definitely go into more details about these time-sensitive fishings, but pretty much it is from 6 p.m. to midnight, and then midnight to 6 a.m., and then the 6 a.m. to noon, and noon to 6 p.m. block. That is the daytime fish. That is the sun scale salmon that you cannot get. But from 6 p.m. to midnight and midnight to 6 a.m., you can fish nightfin snappers, and that is to your server time. So like for me, I'm Eastern time, but my server is 2 hours behind. So like for me, the hours would change drastically. However, just keep that in mind when you're fishing them. I believe the midnight to 6 a.m. window is the best window for it, and you can only get nightfin soup then. The 6 p.m. to midnight, you can get both of them, and so you just got to be aware of that overlap. But it is really, really good fishing, and you can make a lot of gold doing that time base. Like I said, this week I'm just going to be focusing on fishing videos one a day, covering these areas in way more detail than here. Then finally, sort of the end game zone is the Bay of Storms and Ajara. So Ajara is tricky, and it is sort of max fishing because it requires to have a much higher level. I believe you need 430 to not fail in Bay of Storms with your full boost, so you really want to be max fishing to get all of the pools. It has the same pool set throughout this coastline that we see in STV, Tenaris, and Feralis. However, for the max level fishing and what you need the 430 fishing for is the elemental water pools that you can fish up essences of water. Now, I will do a more specific video on this, but right now, and since Phase 3 it's been very contested, and I'd imagine these boosts make it even more contested, but there are a variety of pool spawns that are around these little islands out here in Ajara, as well as all along these islands in the Bay of Storm, and they're glowing bright blue fishing pools that have essence of water. Once again, I will try to make a video on that and cover it and show you guys that, but I am on a very populated server, so it might not be very easy for me to do that and get footage of fishing that for an hour. However, in SOD, respawns are much faster, but you can make a lot of gold fishing essences of water if you have multiple accounts, or you can, play another game and you can just park your character at one of the further spawns. Generally, this island out here has one, so I like to go all the way out there and just sort of AFK on that island and fish up the pools, and then just sort of play another game or do something else, whatever it is. But you can just sort of, it's really good AFK passive farm if you have a second account or you're playing another game, to just sit out there, camp one of the spawns, guarantee you get it. And with the boots, you can probably run around and do it, but I look forward to doing a video there and covering sort of fishing here in Ajara as well. Like I said, I can talk about fishing for a very long time, but it is very, very profitable for you guys, and I would highly recommend that if you do not have it leveled, it is a great way to just sort of chillax. You can put up Netflix, sit there and fish up a lot of stuff. You have alts, you probably have a leatherworker and tailor by now. If you've been following my videos, I've been advocating this from the beginning. Enchanters can be really good too to disenchant those things that you craft, but there's just so many ways to sort of grind gold and make a lot of money, and fishing gives you all variety of resources, so being able to process those resources using these professions can make you a ton of gold. And with SOD being where it's at, it does not take much to level your character to 35 and just have them simply use professions. You could do that in a few hours. That's how crazy it can be. But anyway, guys, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to add, definitely drop it down below, and I look forward to cranking out all these farm videos for you, diving into these with more detail and showing you guys the results of them all. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.